thrilled to be with you tonight and to honor and introduce a queen. No, not you. Relax over there. I'm going to introduce a true triple threat. Golda Rosheuvel. She's not only West End royalty, she's now starring as Queen Charlotte on Netflix's smash hit Bridgerton. Now in Bridgerton, Golda doesn't just steal the scene, she commands it. She's serving humor, she's serving heart, she's serving face, and she's serving wigs. Every moment she's on screen, she's a swoon-worthy delight, and I just had the opportunity to meet her backstage, and she's everything you want her to be and more. She's absolutely stunning, honestly. Duke of Hastings is one of the hottest things on that show, and he's more like, hotness, and she gets to work with him, so I'm like, can we trade places, Miss Golda, do you mind? And all that she does, she celebrates and highlights the intersections of her identities. As an out and proud biracial lesbian, early on in her career, Golda was told she should remain closeted professionally, but she refused to hide her truth. Yeah, that deserves applause. And now, because she refused to hide her fucking truth, she's ruling our Netflix queue in our hearts. Long may she reign. Please join me in welcoming Queen Rosheuvel.
Somebody has been trolling my Instagram account. Wow. My beautiful partner was in there as well. She'll be horrified. Thank you so much, Tituss. Amazing. We were dancing. I was dancing in the wings with him. Yes, so. There is a lack of openness within our industry to be out and proud. You come out personally to your family and friends, and then there's this weird other coming out professionally, publicly. The worry is, will they cast me in the role if they know I'm queer? Will I only get cast in queer roles, which there are still so few of? Am I shooting myself in the foot by coming out? I remember when I was in my 20s, early 30s, very much still making my way in the industry. I was speaking to a female queer director friend of mine, and the discussion came up about being true to yourself and whether in interviews I should or shouldn't say I was gay. And she advised me not to. It was quite a definitive no. Absolutely not. You shouldn't do that. It could and would damage my career as an actress. I'm not shaming anyone who isn't out. I 100% get it. But for me, personally, I thought, fuck that. It's more important for me to be authentic than to be in an industry that doesn't accept me. I've always felt the need to be true to who I am, no matter what. I was disappointed because I really admired this woman as an older, more established person in the industry. I remember feeling confused and angry. She was out as a director, but for an actor, this was something different. It's okay for me to be out in my private life, but not publicly. I thought it was bad advice. Representation matters. Our lives Our lives exist. Our stories need to be told so we can all be included in the landscape of storytelling and imagination. You are empowered when you see yourself represented. You are no longer other. I don't see myself as a political person, but I know that as a gay woman, to hold hands with your partner walking down the street is sadly still a political act. To be an openly queer actor is a political act. To tell the stories of our community with truth and authenticity is a political act. Nobody should have to choose between being publicly out and being a successful actor. When I was growing up, I didn't have role models as such, women who were open with their sexuality on the big screen and on stage. It was all a bit in the dark. You heard rumors, you used your special gaydar powers to deduce if she was a lesbian or not. My celebrity crushes were Penelope Keith, who is, oh, you know her. That's great. She's a British actress who played the Lady of the Manor in a sitcom called To the Manor Born, and the wonderful Doris Day. Two straight white women. I didn't see any queer stories anywhere. And by queer stories, I don't mean stories that are about the difficulties of coming out or the prejudices that queer people and couples receive in their everyday lives. Yes, those stories are important, absolutely. But just stories about normal queer lives. Yeah? The struggles at work, what you ate that day. I didn't see those stories. When I was asked to play Othello at the Liverpool Everyman Theatre and then Mercutio at the Globe Theatre in London, I insisted on playing them both as women. It was such an instinctive decision for me. I didn't even think about the possible consequences of it. It was just exciting to present these two iconic Shakespearean roles to a modern audience. Othello, as a woman alongside a female Desdemona, a lesbian love affair. The first black female lesbian Othello. Also, Mercutio, as a woman, possibly bisexual, showing the intimate and sexual love she had for Romeo and her own struggles with her own sexuality. I wanted to have audiences experience these plays on a deeper level. By changing the genders and exploring sexuality, the conversation expands, becomes more inclusive, and resonates with a new audience. There is no text that depicts Mercutio or Othello as women. But at the time, it was important for me to make these decisions for the character, whether they were mentioned or not. To make the lives of queer people visible. To ask the question, what if? Now, let's talk about Bridgerton. And the character I play in the series, Queen Charlotte. I'm proud of the theatre I have made and the audiences I have reached, but Bridgerton has brought me, a queer woman of color, into the living rooms of 83 million viewers and counting. The casting choices of the creative team to cast Johnny Bailey, an openly gay man, as the romantic lead in season 2 is groundbreaking. The choice to cast people of color in leading roles as queens and ladies and dukes, the higher echelons of society, announces to the decision makers within our industry that it is time for change. And the popularity and acceptance of the series shows there is a global desire and need for better diversity and representation on our screens and within our narratives. Bridgerton is one of the reasons the world is able to hear my story. The reason I am standing here so astonished and overjoyed to be receiving this award. I want to thank Chris Van Dusen, our showrunner, and Shonda Rhimes. And everyone at Netflix and Shondaland who asked the question, what if? Queen Charlotte was not in the original Bridgerton novels by Julia Quinn, but Chris Van Dusen asked, what if? What if we put Queen Charlotte into the world of Bridgerton? What if Queen Charlotte, who was a direct descendant from the black branch of the Portuguese royal family, is played by a biracial woman who happens to be gay? Thank you. Back at you, baby. I am so thankful for this bold, creative decision because it allowed this biracial, cisgendered lesbian to play the first Black Queen of England. Thank you, HRC, for providing a home for us all, a home that celebrates all LGBTQ people. Your boundless work enables us, members of the queer community, people of the world, to be embraced as full members of society, at home, at work, and in every community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so humbled and honored to receive this award from such an awe-inspiring organization. Love is love. Thank you.